Alright, and we're live. Chat isn't working. Let me fix that. Penis. What? Okay, that's really shitty. What the fuck? Okay. Wow. Luvion, how's it going, man? How you doing? Oh, this is really bad. What the fuck? Taboo. Tabai? Tag you. Oh? Do you have something, Luvian? Do you have something? I think I know. What? Shit. Shit. Okay, it's gotta be a double letter word. Tabby? Cats? Let's go! Let's go, baby! Oh, clutched it out. Let's fucking go. Oh. Oh, let's go. That was really... Oh, that was close. You like cats, Luvian, I assume? Sign. I'm thinking like sine, square. I'm thinking like math terms. Yes, nice, nice. Oh, I came, I saw, I conquered. The famous quote from Alexander. Oh, Caesar. Apologies. Rattle, drum, bell, percussion instruments, triangle, percussion instruments. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Settle, clear, pay, square away the check. A perfect Wordle! It has been so long. Are you not entertained? From barely getting the Wordle to clearing connections perfectly. Oh, what a good day. What a good day. What a wonderful day. Subsign pro ab. I don't know. Latin prepositions? Where the fuck was I gonna get that? Latin prepositions? Are you on crack? What fucking moonman language am I expected to get that? When taken? Colony still. So this is about how Africa is still a colony. That in particular makes me think like Nigeria or something. Easy is reading the gem. Oh, Gearman betrayal. I see. Yeah. I wouldn't say betrayal. I mean, he just kind of got possessed, basically. No. So English-speaking country. I'm thinking the UK. I'm thinking the UK. People protesting colonies in Africa or something. If we're protesting, then I'm assuming 80s, 90s. I'm gonna do late 80s. Damn. That was bad. That was bad. Okay, how the fuck was I to know? Why would they be protesting in America? What did America didn't even own colonies. I mean, kind of. It's a rough subject, okay? We don't like to talk about it. Bug, how's it going, man? When did you log off yesterday, Bug? A reality. Okay, I don't know what this sign is. This makes me think Europe, because E, but banned. So, like, what the fuck? What is E? What is it? What does this stand for? Europe. I'm thinking German. Or insanity. I walked for so long. Where were you going? Oh, to the end of the biome. Oh, you wanted to get rid of the winter biome? Hmm. I'm gonna do 2011. Oh my god! Oh my god! 30, 31, 3100, negative 30. Oh my god, Bug! Why didn't you just go the same way me and Devil came? You went so far. We went, I think for us it was like 1,000 blocks. Yeah, 1,000 blocks is a lot, but like, what? Yeah. Dancing. So, France. May I ask you to do... You said tomorrow or just this week? Oh, okay, yeah, sounds good. No worries, Livian. Plague, how's it going, man? How you doing? But yeah, when I found a good spot, I dipped. Nice. Oh, but we're all gonna be so far from each other, Bug. Why would you do that? We're gonna be so far. Oh my god. Oh shit, that was really close. So it's a third world country somewhere. Working on that Dante versus Farbauti video. Very, very one-sided. Be office smart. I don't know, dude. I don't know. I'm thinking, could it be like the Caribbean or something? It's cool, so that's not it. Coastal? Yeah, I agree. I'm using the weakest version of him. I assume Farbauti's crushing? Like, Dante is strong, but I don't know what he does against all the... Like, physically they might be on similar terms, but... The Barbados? But the problem is, I don't know how he does what he does about all the hacks, is the problem. No, we can go with Barbados, fuck it. close to you. Damn, good work. Good work, Bug. Good work. Nailed. It's all good, dude. It's all good. Feel good. This could be the Dutch flag. Without color, it's hard to tell. But it's... I don't know. It seems like a colony of something. That could be, yeah, that could be a lot of flags. This is also true. It seems like it's some kind of African colony or something. Were you there when it was taken? No, I didn't. I was actually quite busy in the 1900s. It seemed... Of course it's the Caribbean this time! Oh my god, so cringe! Replace those two guesses, swap those two guesses, and we got like decent guesses. Oh my god. Netherlands, I was right! Netherlands! On top, baby! Oh, that's so bad. Money isn't here, we do the we'll just do a regular chess game against a rando. Wait, unless someone else wants to play. I don't know. Are you alright? Alright, we'll do a rando. You volunteer Luvion? Yeah. No, I don't think he'd be super... I don't think he'd take to that super kindly. Feel alright. I feel... Good lord, I actually physically startled on that because it was such a dumb move to make. What the fuck? Like, I physically startled because I was like, what the fuck? Why would you make such a dumb move? For the chess game. Merlin, how's it going, man? Oh, he's such a piece of shit. He's just looking to trade everything. Oh, he's so annoying. If I can do this, then I... Unhinged, Zaza, Merlin, how's it going, guys? Sorry, I'm so engulfed in the game, I apologize. Viewer, how's it going, man? Tomorrow chat will be a lot less green. You are absolutely right. Decidedly. Oh shit, I didn't even realize how low I am on time. Oh my god. We're gonna end up in a fucking stalemate or a tie because of repeated positions. Kill me. This is so cringe. Oh, maybe I should just tie it, because at this point I'm so low on time. I missed it! I missed it! No, I missed it! I was so low on time, I couldn't do anything anyway. Oh, it was so fucking stupid. It was so fucking stupid. It's not the last day for you, no viewer. I don't know. I don't fucking... Oh my fucking god, that's so cringe. Oh my fucking god. Get me the fuck away from here. I'm so done. Oh, I was kicking his ass the entire time, and I just ran low on time. Hey, loss is a loss. A death in Yay! We've been hearing about Monaco for so long. I'm so curious to see why it's such a shithole. Okay. Ryan Romano had died countless times by his hand or that of someone else. But there was one death that trumped them all. The death that made him stop caring and taught him to enjoy life. The perfect death that no one should return from. This is the story of that death. This is the story of Monaco. April 1st, 2017, France, village of La Tibourée. The sun that was falling behind the horizon and the city of Monaco shone from below. Standing on the edge of the Tête de Cheyenne, promontory? What the fuck is this word? A raised mass of land that projects into a lowland or a body of water? What the fuck? Welcome back, Mr. Fool. Fair enough. No worries, Zaz. I appreciate you popping by, buddy. His trusty motorcycle and travel bags ready nearby. Ryan observed his target. It had been 5 years since he had left Italy. And now was the moment of truth. Technically, it had only been 3 months, but he had lived them over and over again. He had toured the coasts of the Mediterranean Sea looking for any sign of Len and her submarine. He knew they had planned to go back to America before the separation, but she couldn't have crossed the Atlantic Ocean. She had to stop somewhere closer, somewhere within his reach. However, Ryan was starting to lose hope. He had toured Greece, Spain, France, and every other place he could think of. He had wandered the post-wars wasteland and come up short. And if she had left Europe entirely, relocated underwater or on a distant island, he might as well look for a needle in a haystack. There was only one place around the Mediterranean Sea that Ryan hadn't visited, the country that everyone warned him against, the place no one returned from. Monaco. It looked nice, for lack of a better term, and it bothered him. First of all, the microstate was still standing. That alone was unusual. Monaco had been one of Europe's most luxurious coastal resorts, a den for gamblers and millionaires, and somehow, it still looked the part after the apocalypse. It had seen bombs, robots, and nanoplagues. It had stopped at the border. The buildings and houses had been spared from any degradation. I went straight to degeneration. This is how fucking cooked the true creator has me. And yet, the time traveler didn't see anyone in the streets. Boats and yachts floated in the sea, empty cars formed long lines on the driveway, and Ryan couldn't hear any noise, not even the song of birds. I know I'm tempting fate by saying this, but I've got a bad feeling about this. The time traveler saved this very instant, just in case. Many had gone to Monaco looking for supplies, elixirs, or a safe haven, but none ever returned. But none of them could time travel. Well, this is the last chance, Shorty, Ryan said. If you aren't in this place nobody returns from, well, he could always try to cross the ocean and reach America, if it still even existed, but Ryan would most likely have to face the obvious, that Len was gone. The time traveler had made his presence obvious, sent signals through radio waves and whatever communication channels he could find. If she hadn't contacted him yet, then she was either unable to or dead. And Ryan didn't want to know what to do. If he gave up on his friend, his quest to find Len had guided him through so many restarts, and he had no other purpose in life, no cause to dedicate himself to. Ryan felt adrift ever since Bloodstream's death, and not even his power could counter his gnawing sense of solitude. Without Len, his life meant nothing. Ryan chased these thoughts away and climbed on his motorcycle and followed the path down towards Monaco. As he reached the city's official frontier, the time traveler noticed a badly painted sign. "The armies of Andorra shall never conquer our great nation," Ryan read. Wasn't Andorra another microstate? The apocalypse truly caused all the weirdos to crawl out. Ryan drove through the streets of Monaco, and much to his surprise, nothing happened. He didn't fall dead, and no crazy psycho ambushed him. It was basically disappointing. Ryan made his way to Monaco's most well-known landmark, the Place de Casino. The most famous Monte Carlo casino stood strong and proud, its 19th century magnificence preserved from the apocalypse. The clock above the entrance remained stuck at 12, though the lights remained functional. The front of this entrance worked too, surrounded by a lush lane of floral arrangements. "Is there someone here?" Ryan asked, tempting fate. Well, maybe he should. The plaza vanished in a flash of yellow and violet. In the blink of an eye, Ryan found himself in a luxurious marble hallway. Paintings adorned with walls, chandeliers provided some light, and the room led towards large wooden doors. After a brief moment of surprise, Ryan looked around but found himself against the wall with only his bag of supplies. Ryan glanced at the painting, most of them drawn in a surreal style, reminding him of René Marguerite. One painting, the Genesis, showed two gloved hands opening the Alchemist Wonder Box. Another, the Triumph of Monaco, representing an army of golden men overrunning Mechron's robots. Perplexed, Ryan grabbed his bag and walked through the hallway until he reached the doors at the end and noticed a sign above. Monte Carlo Grand Opening. Don't trust the clowns, they will eat your heart. Follow the arrows to the suites before it goes dark. Don't use the stairs, take the elevator. Ryan lowered his gaze and noticed arrows on the ground. He opened the wooden doors and walked into the next room. Much to his surprise, Ryan entered a replica of the Monte Carlo casino, at least from what little he had seen from pre-war pictures. His steps echoed in a vast lobby supported by pillars, the ground replaced with a giant roulette table. That sounds so dope, what the fuck? "Hello, dear guest," a voice said to Ryan's left. Ryan took a step back and activated his time stop. Or he tried. He felt his ability strain against an invisible force, but time refused to stop. Panicking, Ryan drew a gun beneath his clothes only to realize his mistake. The creature in front of him looked like a human, but superficially. Its skin was unnaturally white, and most important... White? You know what? Close enough. Welcome back, Emlyn. And most importantly, a clownish mask made of solid gold served its face. It wore a croupier's costume, including a bow tie, an old jacket, and gloves. "Welcome to Monaco," the clown said. "The clown? The greatest country on earth. How may I assist you?" Ryan tried to stop time again, but something kept preventing him from doing so. "Where am I, Pennywise?" "In Monaco, of course. The greatest, most prosperous nation on earth by divine providence of His Highness Jean Stephanie." Jean? I don't know. There's no Frenchman here, but I'm curious, how would you pronounce this name in French? I don't know. "Oh, a new guest," Ryan heard a new voice as another clown walked into the lobby, albeit with a face of bronze instead of gold. "Welcome, can I offer you a drink?" What the hell? Jean-Stephanie? Ryan wasn't sure which clown to shoot first. His Highness Jean-Stephanie I, Sovereign Prince of Monaco, Conqueror of Liechtenstein and San Marino. His Highness rose from humble births to ascend to the throne of Monaco in 2005 by virtue of everyone else being dead. Ever since, he has bravely defended Monaco against the Andorran hordes trying to destroy our great nation. Now, can I show you our 5-star restaurant? If you wish for a warm meal, or perhaps you would prefer to enjoy a game of roulette. Why are the windows walled off? Where's the exit? Why would you want to leave Monaco? The clown said with a chuckle. Why would anyone want to leave Monaco, the greatest nation on earth? You know what this reminds me of? I don't know if any of you have seen, It's Gene? Yeah, thanks, buddy. I'm so surprised. Oh, the Vatican, true. You know what I'm surprised about? This is giving me. I don't know if any of you have seen the Percy Jackson movies. I think the first Percy Jackson movie had this. I think it was the first one where Percy Jackson goes into this like casino or whatever, and like a god is like artificially keeping everyone in there by dulling their sense of time. And I thought that's what it was gonna be. Like everyone in here is fine, but they just never leave because their sense of time just gets fucking mutilated, and they just never come out of Monaco. But maybe not. "I do," Ryan said. "But you are a guest. You have been invited. We are at your service during operating hours. We are always there for you, dear guest." The more he stayed, the more uneasy Ryan grew. Their kindness felt fake. "I'll come back later," he promised. "But we'll be closed soon. We'll be closed very, very soon." "Stay away," Ryan raised his gun at the two clowns. "I'm not afraid of clowns," he said. "We only want to help you, dear guest. We serve to exist men." What? We exist to serve men. We serve to exist men. Good lord. Ryan remembered the message at the door and suddenly wondered if the sense had a double meaning. He followed the arrow trail and eventually reached an open elevator in between two stairways. The wanderer briefly looked at him, only to realize bear traps and wires placed on the staircase. With no way out, he walked inside the elevator while threatening the clowns. The genome noticed a sign saying "Here" right next to the 4th floor button and mashed it as hard as he could. "Dear guest," Ryan froze as he heard a male voice from the loudspeaker. "We must inform you that due to a national emergency, the Monte Carlo casino will close early, but I assure you, as long as His Highness Jean-Stephanie protects us, the armies of Andorra shall never destroy our great principality. Long live Monaco!" No worries, money man. How's it going? How you doing? I feel like you've been working a lot recently. You okay? What the hell was this place? When the elevator reached the 4th floor with a ding, the light had gone out, and the elevator doors closed the second Ryan exited. He had also heard a sound coming from below, someone having triggered the wire trap. Sensing that things would get ugly soon, Ryan grabbed his cell phone and activated the torchlight option. Hello, how's it going, man? The area looked like a hallway leading to various hotel suites. Though the walls and doors had been reinforced with steel plates. Work's just been more demanding lately? I see. Only one room, numbered 44. 44? Lewis Hamilton? Yo? Seemed to have light coming from the other side. Sir Ryan knocked. Hey, he shouted, is someone there? Ding! Ryan looked at the elevator as its doors opened, half a dozen clowns emerging from within. This time, they didn't invite him politely. Instead, they carried silver forks or knives in hand. And that's why children don't like clowns anymore. Ryan opened fired. Not only did his power fail to activate, but the silver clown took a bullet to the face without even slowing down. The suite's doors opened and someone stepped out. To Ryan's relief, his savior was a human, albeit built like Conan the Barbarian. His savior wore some kind of scavenged outfit composed of American football players' helmets and pads. And more importantly, he carried a shotgun. I knew I heard something, the man spoke in French. Move out. Ryan immediately stepped out of his way as the man fired his shotgun. The shot blasted a bronze clown apart, the creature leaking a white liquid rather than blood. However, the others quickly pushed the corpse out of the way and rushed at the humans. Go, 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 the man shouted at the time traveler as they both fled into the suite. The armored figure quickly closed the door behind them and locked the door. One day, before arthritis gets to me, I'm gonna kamikaze your ass, the man shouted through the door. I'll shoot you all up like Tony goddamn Montana and kill every last one of you. You alright, kid? He asked Ryan. I think so. As implied from the outside, the suite was a luxurious place, big enough to welcome an entire family. Decorated in the 19th century French style, the place had walls as white as snow and windows walled off with marble. Most strangely, Ryan noticed a hole dug in the wall, a pickaxe nearby. Oh, if you guys are up for it, we'll do a morning stream tomorrow because I'm off work tomorrow, so we'll do a morning stream. That'll be nice. Nice change of pace. You sound Italian. Are you a Rytal? Rytal? The armored man asked, switching to Italian. As he put his shotgun down and removed his helmet, revealing his utter baldness. You've wandered far away from your country, Macaroni. What is your name? Ryan, you French cheese. Ryan Romano. Wait, what do you mean? Why, Livian? Is he going to be doing a morning stream tomorrow too? Oh, stop. Name's Simon. I am the sheriff of Sweet Town. Which date is it outside? Gotta check. 1st of April, 2017, Ryan said. Fuck, 12 years. 12 years trapped in this shithole. Is this planet still an irradiated down full day stream? What the fuck is he on? Yeah, but where are we? Ryan asked. Is this the Monte Carlo? I would say hell, but we're not that lucky. You're in Monaco. No worries, Livian, that's all good. The real Monaco. That no one comes back from. An alarm echoed in the room and Simon looked beneath the counter to grab a landline. Yes, Martine? Yeah, a new guy arrived and the croupiers followed him. Yeah, he's fine. You got weapons in your bag? 3 guns, bullets, medical supplies, food and water. Good. Gonna ask you to share. No freeloaders here. Yeah, Martine, we'll meet you tomorrow. Take care. It's all good. Dude, he's gonna finish volume 7 tomorrow. So he might just be able to finish the fucking book by the weekend if he wanted to. What the fuck? It's like 40 chapters. That's not that many. Especially they're like short chapters. You said you were the sheriff of Sweetstown? The Myth of Sisyphus? He noticed a book on the edge of the counter. But if he starts COI, then we'll overtake him again, Plague. Twice as the charm. We're about 40 people spread all over the 4th floor, the man explained. I'm keeping the elevator border secure, maintaining the stairs traps. If we force the croupiers to use the elevator, it creates a bottleneck, makes them manageable. Have you seen anyone called Len? Len Sabino? Black hair, blue eyes, Marxist-Leninist? We ain't had any commies, and I've been here for a while. Might be dead though. People like you who arrive during the opening hours, they're lucky. The ones who arrive at bad times, they get eaten. So Len was either dead or not here. There's no other sanctuary and no exit. These suites are the only safe zones. Something keeps them out, but only if the door's locked. We'll find you a suite of your own soon. Ain't no goddamn race, Luvian. Not even fucking close. You're gonna stay here for a while. God damn it. 10 hours. The clown's assault lasted for 10 hours. They screamed and hit the door without rest. When the lights returned in the hallway, the attack stopped, and the clowns calmed themselves and returned to a lower floor. As it turns out, they were only hostile during closed hours. The next day, Simon introduced Ryan to the community mayor, Martine, a 28-year-old blonde living 4 rooms ahead of the elevator border. She gave a rundown. Everyone in the town had the same story. They came to Monaco unaware of the danger, or underestimating it, and ended up teleported to the entrance hallway. Simon had been here the longest, a few months after the Genome War started. No one else had powers, and Ryan's own time stop didn't work in this place. Well, he still sensed his ability activating, but an opposing force cancelled it out. And Ryan was starting to understand why. The Monte Carlo casino was a pocket dimension. Or at least that was Ryan's best guess. Besides, the suite's floor, every room was a variant of 8 others. A kitchen restaurant, a giant roulette table, a lobby, a slot machine, a retail shop, a card game casino, a card game arena, a stocking area, and a theater. Each room led to another, never in the same configuration, formed a giant maze with one of the elevator and the entrance hallways as the landmark. It reminded Ryan of a dungeon crawl video game. Dude, I will say the fucking chapters for The Perfect Run are so long. What the fuck do you mean I've been reading for half an hour and I'm not even through one chapter? The community was divided into groups, each with a specific task, from explorers to mapping the maze to gatherers for food. Since he was one of the few with experience with firearms, Ryan quickly became Simon's deputy, with a suite right next door to the elevator. Right now, the time traveler was escorting Martine's group as they scavenged food. And dear guest, I hope you have a happy time in Monaco, the greatest nation on earth, a clown told Ryan. May I offer these gifts from our chef? Fuck off. The clowns were completely friendly during opening hours, which in Ryan's mind made them creepier. They switched from false affability to murderous hunger real quick. Worse, the Monte Carlo casinos often closed early at the whims of whatever force controlled the loudspeaker. The first time it happened, with only 5 minutes to return to the suites. Ryan thought his last hour had come. If he hadn't made a mad dash to the elevator, he would have died. A voice echoed through the loudspeakers. Today is a great day for Monaco. Our soldiers have won a great victory against the Duke of Luxembourg. The blood of our enemies shall paint our yachts. Monaco had been at war with Liechtenstein, Luxembourg, Andorra, and San Marino, but never on the same day. Rise, Monaco, rise! Long live Jean-Stéphanie! I'm not even sure he exists, Martine said. No one's ever seen him, not even the goddamn clowns. Because His Highness is beyond our comprehension. Long live Jean-Stéphanie. Could be a psycho, Ryan said. Though I don't get why nobody came after me. Perhaps his powers sustain him. Any progress with your radio? Nope. Some of the group had managed to scavenge included manuals or pre-war tech magazines. Ryan thought he could perhaps create a radio powerful enough for a rescue. It was a fool's hope, but until someone found an exit, it was all they had. Want to watch a movie tonight? Martine said. I found a cassette of La Grande Vadrui? Vadruel? Vadruel? I don't know. It's not high comedy, but it passes the time. Maybe another day. Gotta check on the old man. Ryan stopped in front of Simon's room. I don't get why he keeps digging. I guess he's just occupying himself. Ryan shrugged and unlocked Simon's door. He had a double of everyone's. Hi, Simon. We got shrimp for tonight, Ryan said. Ugh, I would kill for a hamburger. How long has it been since you joined us? 6 months? 6 months. Which means 2 more until they change the menu. They do that on Christmas. You know, there was a guy who had a puppy dog. He thought it was cute, and he kept sending me pictures. Every time I looked at the thing, it barked at me. It barked and annoyed the shit out of me. Every time it got on my nerves, I wondered how it would taste. The guy? The puppy. And one day, I couldn't resist. There wasn't much meat, but it tasted good. Like a Christmas gift I offered myself. I don't know if I understand where this is going. God put us here for a reason. Mine was to eat puppies. When I look at these rabid clowns, they all look like puppies to me. Ryan realized that trapped inside a hotel suite did wonders for a man's sanity. How long is your tunnel now? 2 kilometers? 2 kilometers? Your tunnel is 2 kilometers? I have enough energy for 10 more. I'm just saying, I don't think there's an exit that way. I don't know why you keep digging. Have you ever read The Myth of Sisyphus? No, but I probably will since you pitch it to me all the time. In it, Camus presents the fate of Sisyphus. Forced to roll a boulder for all eternity, a purely meaningless task, but when he finally realizes it's futile and he stops struggling against his fate, he's free. Through acceptance of his situation, he found happiness. So, you think we'll never escape? That the effort is for naught? Yes, our efforts are futile, and I accept them as such. You still think you'll get out. The more you fail, the more frustrated you become. There's someone waiting for me, Ryan said, thinking about Len. I don't think so. But suit yourself. I'm just telling you the secret to happiness, but I can't force it on you. What I am saying is, whenever you're confronted with meaningless absurdity, you just gotta roll with it, like the boulder. That's ridiculous. One day you will realize the boulder isn't your enemy, Simon said. It is your friend. What if, through some miracle, you reach an end, but instead of an exit, your tunnel leads to another suite? I'll find a new wall and dig again. The boulder is your friend? It is your only friend. It was December 2035 in Sweetstown, and little had changed except the menu. Nobody had entered the maze for years, probably because people had finally wised up to Monaco. Or perhaps their mysterious abductors had died, and his dimension kept working for them without him. Whatever the case, with no new fresh blood, the community's numbers started to dwindle. Once nearly 50 at their peak, they were now half, some eaten by clowns while others just gave up. Simon committed harakiri yesterday, Jesus Christ. He went out one night to die like a man, a cigar in his mouth, a bottle of vodka in his hand, and his shotgun in the right. In the end, the croupier didn't kill him, though many died trying. Instead, the old sheriff's heart gave out on him. Dude, imagine being what a fucking goat. There's like an infinite number of like animatronic clowns hunting you, and like they can't kill you. Your own heart eventually just goes, this is too much, bro. You gotta end it. What a fucking G. What? It was December 2101. Ryan came here in 2017. It's 2101. He's been there for 84 years. And Ryan was the last man in Monaco. He rested on his bed, a pile of food within arm's reach, scribbling his life's memoir inside a journal. Though no one had arrived in decades, he wanted to leave any help he could in case someone ended up trapped here. Over the century, the Wanderer had explored the Monte Carlo casino further than anyone else, but learned little. The maze was truly infinite, and as far as he could tell, none of the systems needed electricity to work. The landlines linking the rooms functioned even while cut off from each other. There was no central communication system. No birthplace for the staff. This place made no fucking sense. It was a conceptual space with no logic but the maker's will. It had to be a yellow genome. He had tried everything, from radios to bombs. He had blown up the entrance hallway, dissected the clowns, and even attempted bizarre occult rituals when all failed. Nothing fucking worked. There was only one way to escape this place. 2 decades ago, there were only 5 of them left, with most too old to survive without help. The survivors held a meeting, all of them deciding to take the bullet checkout option, except Ryan. He had died too many times to want to hurry it up. Even after fucking 80 years, this man's got the will of a fucking god. A clown knocked on his suite's door. "Dear guest, perhaps you would enjoy a game of Baccarat downstairs? We are engaging a tournament." "No thank you," Ryan said. They waited for him to die like hungry hyenas stalking an old lion, but the time traveler refused to perish. As a genome, Ryan had aged better. While his body showed wrinkles, he kept the vigor of a middle-aged man. And then, Ryan's health suddenly started deteriorating last year. Perhaps his body came with an expiration date. Or just the accumulated toll of living for so long without natural light, fresh air, or company. 30 days ago, the genome woke up only to realize that he couldn't move far from his bed without collapsing. Thankfully, he had accumulated a food and water reserve just for this occasion. Ryan slightly regretted not going on a suicide run like Simon when he had the chance. His old eyes wandered to the edge of his room and the tunnel beyond. He had almost reached the 15-kilometer mark when his body failed him. But most of all, Ryan regretted never finding Len, never knowing what happened to her. He had learned a lot over these past few years, devouring any source of information he could, sharpening his fighting skills, but he never discovered how the world continued beyond these walls. Dude. Oh my god. We say like Ryan is like a couple 100 years old, maybe 1,000. He's less than 1,000 for sure, but like a couple 100. So he's like 500 or 600 years old. 80 of those years is just this one loop. He would die with the unfinished business. That was the most ignoramus part. Well, it had been a life at least. He'd beat Bloodstorm and made sure he would never kill anyone again. Ryan hadn't done everything he wanted to, but he tried. Maybe it was an old man's last attempt at comforting his guilty conscience. As he closed his eyes for the last time, he wondered, had he found the acceptance that Simon preached to him? Accepting his fate didn't bring him happiness. But it brought him closure, and so Ryan slept. I think he said he was closer to 1,000 than 100. Oh, that might have been the phrasing. Yeah, so if we say like 700, for example, over 10% of that is just this one run. That's crazy. And then he woke up again. What the? The Wanderer raised his arm. The overwhelming radiance too much for him. Is it wind? When Ryan acclimated to the light, he realized he was facing the sun. His hand no longer wrinkled. His legs could carry him, and he felt young again. He breathed fresh air for the first time in almost a century. As he looked down, he observed Monaco from above. It didn't take long for Ryan to realize where he was. The same stone promontory where he had saved almost a century ago. But I died in Monaco, and my power... The pocket dimension prevented his time stop, but not his save point. And yet, the way he perished, it couldn't be mistaken for anything else. Old age. Ryan Romano had died of old age, and the whole fucking thing started all over again. I can't die of old age. I'm immortal. It would never end. It would never, ever end. He could always start over, all over again, forever and ever. Though it could only prevent the time stop. Even Monaco couldn't undo his save point. Ryan exploded into nervous laughter, rolling onto the stone near his motorcycle. He didn't know how long he laughed, but by the end, the sun had long vanished and his throat felt sore. When he finally got up and looked at the sky, Ryan realized that he felt nothing. He'd been scared of death before, dreaded it. Feared the pain, the loss, the oblivion. But now, he wasn't scared. Death no longer felt painful. After realizing that even old age wouldn't put him down, the Wanderer had just grown numb to it all. Ryan was condemned to live, to carry that boulder to the top of the hill and begin again. And remembering Simon's words, he realized that the old man was right all along. Ryan was Sisyphus reborn. You know what? I don't care anymore. If Ryan was condemned to live, he would live to the fullest, no longer afraid of anything. And he had all the time in the world, all the time to see how everything could work out, to do everything worth doing. And right now, Ryan wanted to free Simon, Martine, and everyone trapped in this hellish place. He's gonna go back? Oh my god. If his life were a video game, this would be his first quest. The first of many, but certainly not the last. He's gonna go back. What a fucking lunatic. What? What do I think of Monaco? I think it's fucking bullshit. That's what it is.
Battery's pretty low.
This shit is so cringe, bro. Actually, your powers don't work here. Why don't they work? Get fucked. I'm like, what? What the fuck? Actually, so I control a bonging dimension in which all other powers are cancelled out. Oh my fucking god, you cringe lord. Sitting on a sofa, right next to the inactive plushie, Ryan stared at the abyss of the Tyrrhenian Sea. He found it relaxing to wake up to the sight of silent darkness. Each apartment was a carbon copy of the other, each tenant free to decorate it as they wanted. Of course, Ryan had brought his entire wardrobe and thrown euro bills everywhere to protect himself from the specter of Vladimir Lenin. He's like, you guys may be fucking commies, but I got the fucking dough, baby! As it turns out, Len meant that she had borrowed the Metazone submarine during the raid, and the vehicle waiting right outside the underwater habitats, and Ryan had an excellent view of it. However, while the submarine had allowed Len to smuggle the Plymouth Fury to her base, it also meant the Meta could reach the area if they wanted. Don't do anything rash, Ryan joked, as he said to the plushie while getting up. Besides Len's habitat, Len had a workshop close to their living spaces. Unlike the comfortable apartments, this place reminded Ryan of a steampunk factory. All metal walls, steam pipes, and it wasn't as well equipped as Vulcan's and far less organized. Len had hung designs of submarines, underwater cocoons, and even artificial fish on the walls. Cocoons? Close enough! Welcome back, Lord of Mysteries! Most importantly, Ryan's Fury waited in the corner. Len had removed the chrono radio components, the engine, and pretty much every other piece of genius tech. He knew it was a sacrifice for the cause, but the sight of his beloved car turned into a husk filled him with sorrow. And of course, Len listened to Alexandrov Ensemble's March of the Artillerymen while working. Even Ryan had to admit it was a good goddamn song. What song is this? I'm not gonna play it on stream because... No, there's no fucking chance, right? There's no way it's fucking copyrighted. It can't be. I refuse to believe it. Androv Ensemble? I don't know what this song is. I don't know. Alright, bye Merlin! Thankfully, somebody else was annoying her instead today. But Mama, you said I'd get a suit too, Sarah complained. That I'd be a little diver. Sweetie, I know. I just have to work on something else. Hi, Riri. Hi, Shorty. Hi, Hellion. Eugene Henri! He showed up in my room this morning. Did you bring him from the surface? No, he came himself. Also, it's called a commie cave. The Ark. The commie cave. Corpos are a cowardly and superstitious lot. To instill fear in their heart, we must abolish private property. If this is a bat cave, what do we call ourselves? The Hammer and the Sickle. A perfect union of peasant and working class superheroes. Ma? Sarah asked. Shorty? You chuckled. Even you admit my jokes are funny. No, they aren't. You're bad, Riri. You're so bad, it loops back to being good. What can I say? All my jokes are state approved. Len now wore a warm smile on her face. I'm not like that, Riri. What's a Soviet Supreme? Wait, you didn't send her to the party congress? These children will be lost without a good revolutionary education. I haven't thought much about education. I was too busy on building the place. What's a Soviet Supreme? Talk, motherfucker. It's a bad idea. That's all you need to know, buddy. Sarah immediately struck out her tongue at him, causing Eugene Henri to meow loudly and leap out of her hands. Sweetie, can you leave us for a moment? Len asked. I need to talk to Riri. Yes, Mama. The little girl, while squinting, walked out of the workroom. Are you happy now? That was awkward. Well, it was both of our first times. I will remember it fondly. Len didn't answer, probably because they had discussed an era long ago. Ryan still longed for emotional intimacy they once shared, but maybe that was what he was looking for with Jasmine, the echo of something once vibrant. Was that how Livia felt when she thought of Felix? Have you made progress? Ryan asked. Sort of. Have you? An idea crossed my mind. Did your father ever use his powers on you? I don't think so. If he did, I would have become him. Could he have done something more subtle? Close your wound, maybe? Why are you asking me, Riri? Do you remember when you took your elixir? Your father instantly knew you did? At first, I thought it was because he could sense the blood and manipulate it. But what if he left a trace of him inside you? Like a blood beacon? You always managed to find us when we wandered off. You think that's what Dynamis is after? It's possible. I'll need a blood sample, and the tools are in the back of my car. What about the knockoffs? You studied elixirs, didn't you? Didn't you notice a match? How? The carnival made sure to erase any trace of your father, specifically to prevent him from returning. I had nothing to compare him to. Until now. Riri, if there's a... I know. But can we focus on the brain transfer first? It's dangerous, Len, and it might take more than one run to get into Dynamis's lab, and I don't want you to forget me again. I'll do what I can, but there's something missing. What the fuck is a croissant? Why is the croissant here? There's no Frenchman. Get it out of here. Get it out of here. If there's a Frenchman, we can at least understand the reasoning for it. There are none of them. Get it out of here. By the way, dude, no, it's fine. I'm not gonna say anything. It's all good. Of course, there will always be a new roadblock to overcome. The tech doesn't work, Ryan asked. It does, she said. I can make a brain map and create a computer simulation. I can then send it to a host. But if we send your memories to your past self, there shouldn't be any problems, right? Ryan asked. It should be fine. Maybe a harmless concussion, but nothing else. Should even work wirelessly. So where's the catch? To wirelessly send memories, you need more power than anything natural can provide. Like violet flux? Yeah. I think we can only send signals, let alone the brain map. Back in time if we hook the chrono radio to Vulcan's armor. But this wasn't the case in the previous run. The chrono radio was destroyed. And Jasmine and I created the armor afterwards. But we still receive future recordings. Yeah. I don't think I sent the chrono radio messages, Riri. Or at least not the previous me. It could have been a future me. That's not how time works. Unless I'm wrong about everything. It has to be something else. So then who sent the messages? Ryan tried to remember the end of the previous run, his trip to the Purple World, and the colossal entity he made contact with. The Ultimate Ones are compassionate, though narrow-minded. Not who. What? Ryan looked at Eugene Henri and things fell into place. The cat gained power across time, led Livia to Ryan, and then appeared in the commie cave right when Len was studying the violet flux. You aren't teleporting at random, you're being teleported, showing us the way, telling us we can succeed. The cat meowed. Riri, you're talking to a cat. It makes sense in context, okay? You remember what I told you about what I saw in the Purple World? You think that thing is helping us? I'm starting to wonder if these visions, the signals, Eugene Henri, aren't random events. Maybe it's communication. That sounds, I don't know, a bit far-fetched. If it's as powerful as you say, why do so little? Why only teleport a cat around? I don't know. It's just a theory, but I find all these things convenient. And I'm convinced the people I saw in my vision are either alchemists or connected to them. Is the purple guy from the Purple World? You wouldn't believe it, Plague? I think so. You son of a bitch. You figured it out. By the way, how was everyone's weekend? Dude, I swear, I didn't even, I woke up for work this morning and, I finished work. And then I go, what the fuck? I thought it was still the weekend. And I'm like, how the fuck did I think it was still the weekend? I went to work. I did work. But in my mind, it was supposed to be a day off today. I think it's probably because I have tomorrow off. So my whole fucking sense of time is so cooked. Because it's who the fuck works a day and then has a day off? What the fuck is the schedule? You saw a base in Antarctica, right? Len asked. Could you find exactly where? Maybe. I only seen the night sky, not enough to pinpoint it, but I can narrow it down. We could visit that base with the submarine, check after we're done with the rest here. I guess I better work on that heist then, Ryan said. Since Len kept the car and they weren't married, Ryan had to use a bathysphere to reach the surface, and then called a taxi to get to his destination. A taxi! Is this karma for leaving my car to die? Ryan wondered. As he made his way to the entrance of the Dynamis hospital, Ryan noticed a familiar face leaving the hospital and climbing into the back of a Mercedes-Benz. Narcinia. As for her chauffeur, Ryan recognized him as Mortimer. The guard let Ryan in after a quick security check, and the courier found Wardrobe and Panda waiting for him. The former was talking with an unknown woman, and the latter texted on his phone with tears in his eyes. Hi, Ryan, Wardrobe greeted. I'm glad you could make it. Hi, Yuki, Ryan waved. Before glancing at the other woman, she was in her early 20s, shoulder-length blonde hair, and probably British. Hello, quick save, the woman said. Definitely British. I'm Nora Moore. Yuki spoke of you a lot. She's my girlfriend, the architect. The pleasure is all mine, Ryan said. She doesn't have a costume, Yuki. I'm disappointed. I know. I tried, Wardrobe sighed. I can't wear a costume like yours at work. I'm not a superhero, but a contractor, an urban planner. I have a genius power specialized in cities and architecture. And she's amazing. Come on, Nora, show him. Her girlfriend showed Ryan her tablet, which showed advanced plans of arcology, self-sustaining towns, a flying city. So you can make any kind of city? And for a fraction of the expected cost from what I gather? How could you tell? Well, you fully optimize the space, energy consumption, and materials, though I think you can move the generators closer to the water cycling for shorter heat circuits. Interesting. Are you a genius too? Ryan is just super smart, Yuki said. You should see his car and weapons. Unfortunately, my Plymouth is in a garage for now. Do you plan to resettle areas destroyed by the Genome Wars? Some of your designs don't make sense otherwise. You're sharp. A lot of my projects were scrapped by previous administrations, but the new one seems more open-minded. Have you ever wanted to build an undertower metropolis? Because I know a genius specialized in sea-based tech. She's Marxist-Leninist, though. The idea of oceanic settlements crossed my mind, yes, and I'd love to meet her. Though, considering her political leanings, it'll be outside of Dynamis. Maybe we could discuss that in length at a later time. You seem quite knowledgeable about genius tech, and I'd be delighted to exchange with you. Tell me, did you design Dynamis HQ and Optimate's tower? I think I recognize styles from your plans. I did, yes, but they were my early work, so I'm not proud of them. Why? Nothing, Ryan said. I also apologize. For what? I know everyone does that, but I shamelessly flirted with Wardrobe before I knew you existed. I hope you don't mind. Oh, that? It's fine. I really like the bunny costume you made. We'll make good use. I'm sorry, Ryan. I would totally date you both if I could, but it's an exclusive contract. Yes, I'm afraid so, Nora said. But I will give you my blessing to send Yuki an application if we ever break up. But if I wasn't with Nora, I would wear your bunny costume and force you into a Hugh Hefner one. Whew. I like beautiful people. Men, women, it doesn't matter. As long as they dress well and are beautiful inside too, and you're beautiful everywhere, Ryan. Thanks, the courier said. Also, Ryan, I imagine a new costume for you. I was so sad when you learned you left the team. I had to make a new one. We can still team up, like Batman and Superman. I'll be the grim vigilante, you the law-abiding citizen. I thought of that. You've turned your back on the light and embraced your darkness. You've chosen to wear Karl Lagerfeld, no longer a villain, no longer a hero, but somewhere in the twilight. But it's still made of cashmere, I hope. Only the shirt beneath, hidden like your tortured soul. The jacket will be made of guanaco. Pure genius. Ryan then looked at Panda, who hadn't left his seat. Is this any way to greet your sensei, you arrogant disciple? I'm sorry, Sifu. I can't. Pandamania? It's a meme site. I have memes. He's a hit on Dynanet and our social networks. His first merchandise sold really well as all other new recruits combined. Ryan could see why. It seemed the Dynanet users loved exalting the Panda as an unstoppable badass. I'm famous. Everyone thinks I'm amazing. You deserve it, Wardrobe patted him. You were so brave fighting the meta. Yes, young disciple, this is the reward for your hard work. Thank you, Sifu. I wouldn't be here if you didn't believe in me. Hug me, you stupid man-bear. And they did, tightly. Eventually a nurse came for them. Mr. Varan will see you now. So you say a high-security lab are so... Okay, I think we'll call this our last... Yeah, I think we'll call this our last one today. So you say the high-security labs are so reinforced they would survive a missile attack? Ryan asked Nora. Yes, the tinted glass outside are just for show, the architect explained. Separate energy generators keep the whole floor running without external help. And the alarm system can detect any intruders. There's only one way in, through the elevator and the blast door. No emergency exit? Not to criticize you, but it sounds like an oversight. What if there's a nuclear detonation inside? Bite me. Mr. Monada wanted the place to be secure, not safe. I suppose they experiment with dangerous creatures and don't want a chance of them escaping. I just love the new Cyber Tyranno design, Wardrobe commented. Oh, about that, people asked Panda to participate in a new tournament opening match. Panda versus Velociraptor. If you ask me, it's a waste of resources. The money would be better spent on hospitals than dinosaurs. Croissant! Frankly, I'm torn, Ryan admitted. I understand where you come from, but dinosaurs have a special appeal. Though, if someone were to blow up a whole building because they're too lazy to use the stairs, would the labs remain intact? Yes, they would. Why would terrorists be too lazy to use the stairs? It's just hypothetical, but that's good to know. Viewer. No. No wonder Livia fell for a face like that, Ryan thought, as he observed Felix's adorable visage. However, he soon remembered what Fortuna had said, and how her mother had used her powers for aesthetic surgery. Poor kitten, even his face wasn't his own. Guys, Felix said. Unsurprised by Nora's presence, Wardrobe probably introduced them to another one in the past. Felix, I'm so glad you're okay. Did they treat you well? Of course, the Dynamis nurse said. I will leave you alone, but please don't make too much noise. The other patients need rest. The panda scratched the back of his head. I thought you shared a room with the glass guy. Translucent. The Shroud, Felix replied. He was transferred to an ICU unit after some shrapnel hit his vital organs. His injuries were severe and they had to put him in a coma. This bothered Ryan, though Matty Boy had killed him a few times. The time traveler had grown to appreciate the vigilante. Ugh, fine, you can have it. That's the name, viewer, if you want it. Will he survive? Wardrobe asked. It's my fault. I should have thought of a better persona. You couldn't know, Yuki. It was the heat of battle. No one blames you. You saved my life, Felix pointed out. Yes, but I've done some research, and there are a few personas I could use to save you both. Though I wish white mages were public domain. It was your first time in that situation, right? Nobody can blame you for not being perfect in your first try. I don't want to practice watching people die. So Felix, when will they let you out? Tomorrow, but I won't stay with El Miglior. I'm joining the carnival. What? No way! Quick save the pandas only had one successful outing and you're all leaving? We can form a duo, Yuki. Yin and Yang. If you change your hero name to Circus Lion, I will disown you. Is this about the costume? Because Enrique won't let you join the pro leagues unless I change your outfit? Wearing what I want is just a bonus, Felix said with a smirk. Sorry, but I have more in line with the carnival than El Miglior. I feel so bad about this. We could have done wonders, the four of us. We can still team up, a crossover event every month or so, until the fans get sick of it. Yeah, but it won't be the same. You can always form your own group, Nora said. I think Enrique would be open to it. I'll pass. I don't think I will stay in New Rome for long. Really? Where will you go? Where life carries me. In truth, Ryan had no idea what would happen after his perfect run. Best case scenario, he might stay with Len and the kids. But the time traveler would likely go back to the road. Staying in one place made him restless. Sifu, are you leaving me? Your training is complete, my young disciple. From now, life will be your teacher. I understand. Thank you. I know you have a lonely cowboy energy about you, but I don't know. That sounds like a lonely existence, Ryan. You sure you don't want to stay? BFF? BFF, she replied. Unfortunately, you might have to discuss Yuki's better qualities for later. You'll be late for the meeting. You have something planned? Ryan asked. Wyvern wants every El Migliore member to join a big meeting. Sorry, Ryan. Members only. I really asked for you, but they said no. Well, I'll change the kitten's litter alone then. Oh, we could meet tomorrow at my place, Panda said. Sure, that'd be great. I'm not sure if she'll agree to let me leave the commie cave, but I'll try. Oh, maybe I will get Karl Marx's costume out of storage then, Wardrobe said. Dynamis and Carnival are planning to attack the Augusti, aren't they? Ryan asked Felix once everyone had left. A meeting that involves all heroes in their employ barely 2 days after Rusttown? Do you want to know? Or is it Livia asking through you? Truthfully, kitten, I'll find out soon. I'm just trying to make conversation. Although, I thought you didn't want family visits, but I saw Nersinia leaving. I made an exception for her. She deserves to know. I told her everything. How Augustus murdered her parents and arranged her adoption so that he could use her powers to make drugs. I assume she didn't believe you? No. Bacchus probably shattered her mind when she was young. He can do that. Psychically torturing people to madness or gaslighting them into believing false things. Well, if you truly join the carnival, you will have the opportunity to contribute to the family feud. I know about Livia. Blackthorn told me you met with her in Fortuna. If I told you it was part of a master plan to get your sister off my back, would you believe me? I know how she is, but Livia? First my sister, now my ex, you have to fuck my whole family? Are your parents in an open marriage? Ryan asked. Adam didn't find this funny. Are you in bed with them, the Augusti? Figuratively or literally? Technically, he did sleep with Jasmine. Because the answer is no for both. I swear, I haven't touched your sister. Their powers don't exactly make it easy. She's not as bad as I thought, though. Just shut the fuck up, Felix said. Livia is too careful to approach someone outside the hierarchy, even with Fortuna around. But that's not all. You knew that Fortuna was my sister and that I dated Livia. Information only available to the Augusti and a few people at Dynamis. You think I got this from the Augusti, kitten? Where else? I just don't get you, Ryan. Would I have helped Translucent and Sunshine if I worked with Augusti? I can't help if everyone wants a piece of me. So you're not a friend of the Augusti, but not an enemy either? So you're just a mercenary at heart? What? No, I'm not being paid. I wish. Truth is, kitten, I destroyed Hannafat Lecter's group because they threatened a friend of mine. I'm just trying to make the people I care about get to live another day. That's Livia's excuse. She still loves you, you know, Ryan said. I don't. I never did. Not like that. What? What do you mean? Our parents pushed us into a relationship. They were best friends back when their organization was just a branch of the Camorra. Our match was decided when we were kids. I still care about her, don't get me wrong. But as a friend, I don't love her. I was never the Prince Charming she wanted me to be. She told me about your hideout. How you went there to hide from your families. You were misleading her back then? I wasn't lying. I tried to make it work, but you can't force yourself to love someone. You're close to her, Felix said. She told you of the hideout, of me. That's how you knew. You're not Augustus's friend. You're Livia's. I wouldn't go that far. We threatened to kill each other often. Still, Blackthorn told me you were pretty friendly. What is she to you? She reminds me of someone else. Someone I tried to free from a monster, and I failed. I don't want her to end up the same way. You can't save her from her father, Ryan. I tried to, but you can't. His hold over her is too strong. The only way to destroy Augustus, and even if you can, she will hate you for it. Like Len and Bloodstream. Isn't that what you're trying to do? Ryan asked. Dynamis and the Carnival plan to attack Augustus, and Lightning Ass won't take you siding with them well. I don't care. I've made my peace with it. With Sunshine's help, the Manada might have the firepower to take him down. But the real problem might have the firepower to take down the Augusti. But what about Augustus? Dynamis has a weapon. The gravity gun? His own father didn't believe him. We can't live in fear forever. Someone has to stand, even if we must pay a price. Bliss will keep flowing and people will keep dying if it stays as is. Ryan prepared to argue when his phone rang. It's Livia, he said. Don't answer. I won't take the phone. Okay, boomer. Yes, princess? Ryan, is Felix with you? Yes, but he won't speak to you. You need to run. You need to take him and run. Get out of New Rome. Wait, out of New Rome? Princess, I have a life. If you don't, Dad will have him killed. Because he joined the carnival? And what he told Narcinia. Her voice breaking. I am trying to prevent it, but the possibilities get worse every minute. I can't see a way out, and I can't see you. I need your help. Should I bring him to Dynamis? No, my father is marshalling his forces for war. Felix won't be safe anywhere in New Rome. Ryan looked at Felix and considered his options. Technically, besides Lab 66, nothing kept him in New Rome anymore. Shorty wanted to abandon the surface altogether, and the carnival would probably make the Bliss Factory their target. Who is after him? Why can't he survive? Aunt Pluto. Aunt Pluto will go after him. They sent fucking Cruel. And Pluto is the one who can just look at you and go, dead. She controlled the concept of living or some shit. If she gets to him, it's over, Ryan. She's marked him. And Ryan, too. If she gets too close, he will die. He has to leave. How does Pluto's power work? She can mark people with a curse, and the closer she moves, the closer they become to death. Ryan, you need to leave. Ryan observed Adam Cat, who seemed almost resigned. He believed he wouldn't survive this. Now Ryan could leave him. Pluto might be one of the few people capable of killing him permanently. And even if he was making real progress, Len on the verge of unlocking the brain transfer, he could just sit this out. Livia would be mad, but Ryan could reasonably escape any punishment if he played his cards well. You were on my list too, the courier told Felix. She claimed you first, so I didn't say your name. What? Of the people I wanted to protect. Kitten, pack your things, we're going to Monaco. Monaco? I'm kidding. About the Monaco part. Pack your things, we're going. I'm not running, not even from Pluto. I won't. Let me tell you something. Death is painful, really painful, and lonely. You have no fucking idea. Not just for you, but for everyone who cares about you. You want to die a fucking martyr? Fine. But you want to think about how your sister feels, how your friends will? But how do you think Fortuna will feel once Pluto brings you her head? Or brings her your head? We're leaving. How long do we have? I'll try to give you as much time as I can, but not much, Livia said. Thanks, Ryan. I'll remember this. You aren't helping an ingrate, I swear. You won't remember. But thanks anyway. Ryan hung up and called another number. Shorty? Yes? Is there a problem? Yes. A big one. Can you reroute with the bathysphere to send a human-sized cat to France? What? Riri, are they hunting you? No, not yet. It's for a friend. I can do that. Okay, we'll meet outside the city. If the transfer happened within New Rome's confines and they learned of the bathysphere, then Vulcan could track it down. While the weapons genius wasn't very loyal to her boss, she had no reason to help Ryan this time either. Be wary, Vulcan might be set on our case soon. From the designs I gave you, how long to recreate the armor? Riri, we can't. It's too early. We don't have time. The whole cardboard castle will crumble. I'll do what I can. Take care, Riri. I'm coming. Why France? Felix asked. Many people there owe me a favor. I'll cash in. I hope you like Camus, though. Who? What an uncultured bore. Do we take your car? No. We'll take the Pandamobile. He had the feeling this day was about to get a lot worse. Alrighty, look at that. Good timing. Alright guys, we're gonna call it there. I will try to stream tomorrow morning, depending on obviously what time Easy is streaming as well. I'll try to stream in the morning a little bit more, and then we'll keep going. Alright everyone, Have a great rest of your day or nights, and I'll catch y'all tomorrow. Bye, guys.